Good Thursday evening. Happy February 1st and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Here are a few of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. An appeals court today overturned the vehicular assault case against a Wenatchee woman who struck a pedestrian in the Walmart parking lot. The Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife discovered a pneumonia outbreak in the population of bighorn sheep in the northern Hells Canyon area in December. Expect a break from the wet weather over the next couple of days with our mild temperatures continuing. More coming up in weather. An East Wenatchee man is dead by gunshot, and sheriff's deputies say they're investigating it as a homicide. The discovery was made early this morning, about 1:15 midnight, when the Douglas County Sheriff's Office was dispatched to check on the welfare of a man lying unresponsive near a parked vehicle in the 1700 block of Rock Island Road. The male, described as a 35-year-old East Wenatchee resident, was found dead from a gunshot wound. His identity has not yet been released. The areas around Rock Island Road and South Kentucky Avenue was closed for several hours while sheriff's detectives and the Washington State Patrol investigated the scene. Deputies say it's an active homicide investigation, and anyone with information is asked to contact their office, and that phone number is 509-888-6822. The Wenatchee School District has set 2 dates for public hearings to receive testimony about the proposed closure of Columbia Elementary School. The hearings are scheduled for Thursday, March 21st and Thursday, April 18th. Both will be held in the Wenatchee High School Commons at 6 p.m. and will be live streamed and recorded on the district's YouTube channel. Community members may provide in-person testimony during the hearings, where there will also be Spanish translation support, both for participants giving testimony and for the audience. School districts are required by state law to have a 90-day period before their final decision on a school closure. Those 90 days begin at the February 13th regular school board meeting, and the board is expected to take action at the May 14th meeting. An appeals court today overturned a vehicular assault case against a Wenatchee woman who struck a pedestrian in the Walmart parking lot, saying her conviction amounted to double jeopardy. Kelly Diane Gleason was convicted of vehicular assault and second-degree assault for striking a 74-year-old man with her car in the store's parking lot after an argument in 2021. The Washington Court of Appeals ruled today the 2 convictions penalized Gleason for the same crime, and the Chelan County prosecutor's office agreed the vehicular assault charge should be stricken. However, Gleason's 15-month sentence for the conviction remains unchanged. The Washington Supreme Court will decide next week whether to take up the case of a long-delayed second trial for rape. Blake Alexander Badgley of Cashmere was charged in 2021 of third-degree rape, but the Chelan County jury could not reach a verdict on a charge of second-degree rape arising from the same incident. The Chelan County prosecutor's office has sought to retry Badgley on that count, but the Court of Appeals denied that request. The lead appellate judge, George Fearing, said then-deputy prosecutor Julia Hartnell acted unethically by charging Badgley twice with the same crime. Prosecutors argue that finding is improper and want the Supreme Court to approve a retrial. The court is expected to decide on Tuesday whether to hear the case. When we come back, the Wenatchee City Council is weighing applicants tonight to take an open council seat representing District 2. An East Wenatchee woman is being sought for allegedly defrauding a family-run business of almost $90,000. And we will bring you our weekly Pause for Pets feature with the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Valentine's Day is February 14th. Show the one that you love how much you appreciate her with a gift certificate for Merry Maids to clean your home. Merry Maids will do the work and you'll be the hero. Merry Maids are professionally trained, licensed, bonded, and insured. They'll do the job right, satisfaction guaranteed. Find them on Facebook at Merry Maids of Wenatchee or visit merrymaids.com and call for a gift certificate for your Valentine. Call today and you'll have a gift certificate for Valentine's Day. Call Merry Maids and relax. It's done.
Working with August Edge Real Estate, both sellers and buyers feel confident knowing they are in the hands of award-winning professionals. August Edge offers a 2% listing commission, which includes above-standard service and technology.
We offer high-tech 3D imagery, drone photos, local North Central Washington TV ads, and impressive smart flyer installed at your listing. The August Edge website also hosts your home with an interactive featured listing page.
August Edge is professional, personable, and preferable.
Caught in a conflict? Family? Workplace? Neighbor? Business? Housing disputes? Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center provides mediation services, a cost-effective and efficient way to provide a written resolution to disputes and issues. Plus, we offer mediation training and community education on conflict resolution and communication skills. Contact us to learn more.
The Wenatchee City Council is weighing applicants this evening to take an open council seat representing District 2. Mayor Mike Poyer had to leave the post when he was elected to lead the city back in November. The remaining council members must choose from among 8 applicants, all of whom are scheduled to be interviewed in a special council meeting. Poyer's replacement will likely be sworn in at the council's regular meeting 1 week from today. An East Wenatchee woman is being sought for allegedly defrauding a family-run business of almost $90,000. 51-year-old Kelly Ray Jackson was charged this week in Chelan County Court with 6 counts of identity theft plus first-degree theft and 2 counts of forgery. Wenatchee police say Jackson acted as the bookkeeper for the construction business in 2021 and used access to its funds to write checks to herself and buy items on credit. Jackson allegedly agreed to an interview with detectives about the case but never showed up. She was charged by summons and ordered to appear in court on February 20th. The Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife discovered a pneumonia outbreak in the population of bighorn sheep in the northern Hells Canyon in December. The bacterial infection is deadly to sheep of all ages. This is one of multiple outbreaks to have occurred in the Hells Canyon area within the last century, and several past outbreaks of the disease have been linked to contact with domestic livestock. Similar outbreaks have occurred in bighorn populations in Chelan and Kittitas counties. Unfortunately, there is no current treatment or cure for the bacteria. Fish and Wildlife can only monitor the sheep population and hope that they fare through it decently well. It's time now for our weekly Pause for Pets feature from the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. Tonight's featured pet is actually 2 sisters who are looking for their forever homes. Meet Abigail and Squishmallow.
My name is Pamela Nelly. I'm the Development Director at the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society, and today I'm here with Abigail and Squishmallow. And these little girls came in as strays about a week ago. They're 7 months old, and as you can see, they are absolutely the sweetest little dogs you could ever hope to meet. They likely might be sisters. They do not have to be adopted together. They would do well going each to their own home. They're just sweet and kind and just full of love and absolutely crazy about sausage. So we're not entirely sure of the breed of Abigail and Squishmallow because they came in as strays, but there's probably some pit bull in there. They are very well behaved, very calm, and very sweet dogs. They don't appear to know sit, but that was a lucky one. So maybe they learn really quickly. That was perfect. Good girl, Abigail. Good girl. Good girl. I will say that Squishmallow is incredibly fussy about her treats and so far has refused everything except the sausage. So if Squishmallow is the one that you're thinking, oh my gosh, she could be such a beautiful addition to my family, you'll need lots of sausage. So we don't know how they would do with other dogs, but you're always welcome if you have a dog in the house already to bring them down to do a meet and greet. And we don't know how they would be with cats. So that would be something that you would just have to bear in mind if you were considering adopting either Squishmallow or Abigail. The great thing is that both Abigail and Squishmallow have been spayed. So they are ready to go home the day you come here and fall in love with them. You can take them right home with you. So if you want to meet Squishmallow or Abigail, come on down to the Humane Society. We're open from 11 to 6, Thursday through Tuesday. If you have dogs in the home and you want to see how they get along well, if they would get along well with these two ladies, you can make an appointment and bring your dog down to do a meet and greet. And we're really hoping that these lovely, lovely lassies find their home in the next week here and fill somebody else's heart with love and eat all your sausage.
Give them a call at 509-662-9577 or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org.
Coming up next, the 2024 Apple Blossom Royalty will be selected February 10th. And in tonight's feature story, we introduce you to candidate Betsy Gomez Aviles. Look for a mix of clouds and sun over the next 2 days with temperatures in the 40s. I'll have all the details coming up in your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come tonight. Please stay with us.
It's cold outside and time to make sure your loved ones are safe and secure at home during the cold months ahead. Aging and Adult Care has low-cost, in-home care options for seniors, adults with disabilities, and for caregivers assisting relatives or friends. Services like housekeeping, personal care, and home-delivered meals can make such a difference for you or someone you know. These services and more are available by calling Aging and Adult Care's offices at 1-800-572-4459.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
Watch the Apple Blossom Royalty Selection Pageant presented by Cashmere Valley Bank live on the NCWLIFE channel. Coverage is brought to you by our Platinum supporter, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling, Gold supporter, Town Auto Group, also by Apple Valley Honda, Coldwell Banker Cascade, Harvest Valley Pest Control, Prestige Senior Living at Colonial Vista in Wenatchee and East Wenatchee, Together for Youth, Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center, Boswell's Home Furnishings, and Wenatchee Valley Technical Skills Center. It's the Apple Blossom Royalty Selection Pageant live on the NCWLIFE channel.
In tonight's features story, the 2024 Apple Blossom Royalty will be selected coming up on February 10th. Betsy Gomez Aviles is the latest candidate to sit down for an interview with NCWLIFE's Dan Kuntz ahead of the big day. Betsy says she's not anticipating much stage fright at all when the pageant day arrives because 7 years spent in a mariachi band have made her comfortable in front of a crowd.
Being in mariachi, as you are, and been in mariachi for a long time, you're not necessarily going to have to deal with any kind of stage fright on pageant night because you're performing. You're not just hoping to get in the top 3 or maybe the queen itself, but you're also putting on a show. You guys will be rehearsing, you'll be dancing, you'll be doing different kinds of things. So you're going to be okay on stage with about 600 people looking at you, right?
Yeah, I definitely think so. I've been in front of much larger crowds than that before, and I think it's just something that I've gotten used to over the years, especially being in mariachi for, 7 years now. So I do still get a little bit of stage fright, but not as much. I'm able to control it and keep my composure on stage.
It's about 1:30 on Friday afternoon as we record this interview. So are you missing a class right now to be here?
I am missing a class. I'm missing my 3rd period AVID class right now.
3rd period AVID is?
AVID is a college-bound class, so it helps kids, especially first-generation students, get to the right path to college. But I mean, technically, I already am in college through Running Start, but it's really helped me keep up with my classes and stay on top of all of my work.
Let's go back to November 6th of last year. That was mandatory meeting day. Mm-hmm. If you want to be an Apple Blossom Royalty, you have to come to this meeting. And Darcy stands up there and tells you what to expect. If you decide, I'm in, what was that decision like? Did you say, for a long time, you said, when I get to be a senior, I'm going to go for it? Or was it a last-second thing? Talk about that.
I mean, I think, well, I've been born and raised here in Wenatchee my whole life, so apple blossom is just something that I've grown up with and something that I always look forward to in the springtime. And a part of me just always knew that I wanted to do something like this when I was older. And it's such a great opportunity, especially because it's so unique to our valley. So, I mean, I didn't want to let this chance pass on.
And they didn't scare you, because they try to scare you a
Oh
little
yeah,
bit.
definitely. That first meeting was scary. Like, I got that huge packet that they gave all the girls, and I wasn't sure what to expect.
Since November 6th, and for that matter, when you made the top 10 for the big pageant, how much have you changed? What have you discovered about yourself since November 6th and from just a couple of weeks ago when they parted the curtain and you walked out amongst the 10? What have you learned about yourself?
That I can be on time to things. I was always such, I was late to every single thing. Like, anybody who really knows me knows that if you tell me to be somewhere at a specific time, I'll usually show up like probably 20 minutes late, sometimes even later, but this has really kept me on top of that and made me a more punctual person for sure.
Well, punctuality is great, and it's also structured too. What they have, once you're into the top 10, your life is basically planned for like a month.
Oh yeah.
From people who are total strangers to you for the most part going into this, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we have our whole schedule. The day we got selected as top 10, we got a packet with our schedule for the following month, everything at a specific time, and yeah, I mean, it's been definitely life-changing, but it's a great opportunity. I wouldn't change this for the world.
You're already a better person just in the last month or so since you made top 10?
I really do think so. I mean, the whole process has put us through so much different things and taught us a whole bunch of new things. And yeah, I definitely feel like a new person than I was before I started this whole process.
Last question, then we'll cut you loose. How's the gown thing working out for you, the formal gown? Because I've talked to your other candidates and they'd love the dress they picked out.
I would say the same. I really loved the dress that I picked out, and it was actually the first one I tried on. It's funny because when I went to Sweetheart Bridal the day that I had my consultation, they told us that usually when Apple Blossom girls come to pick out their gowns, they end up leaving with the first dress they try on. And I didn't think too much about that until it really was the first dress that I tried on. But I just have some minor alterations I need to fix, and I should be good for pageant night.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope you had a great Thursday. More of that misty rain this morning. And then at least in the Wenatchee area, things did die down as far as the rainfall goes. But boy, as we take a look outside our weather window and we look out up north at our friends in Okanagan County, the Billy Goat Sky-Fi Tower camera, lots of low clouds. Yeah, Pateros, Brewster, and the Columbia River are below that cloud deck. So those light rain showers did continue up north, even though it did kind of wane here this afternoon. As far as temperatures go, as we make our way through the rest of the week and into the weekend, we're going to stay pretty much in the mid-40s for Friday before we cool down just a little bit on Saturday and Sunday. But keep in mind, 41 degrees, still above where we should be for this time of year. So this mild weather is going to continue. And boy, we saw it today, 45 degrees, our unofficial high temperature. That's 8 degrees above where we should be at 37 this time of year. Our record 57 set just 4 years ago in 2020. 37 this morning, way above where we should be for normal low temperatures at 26. And how about this? A cold one, 1996, 10 degrees below zero. We picked up another 1/10 of an inch of precipitation. It now gets us to 1.21 inches for the year, and that's almost 2/10 of an inch above where we should be for this time of year. Sunrise 7:27 and the sun set at 5:02. All right, taking a look at what we can expect getting into Friday. Temperatures going to be nice, especially in the Columbia Basin. Moses Lake and Ephrata at 50 degrees tomorrow, 49 in Quincy. A little bit cooler back to the west, but still awfully mild. Wenatchee at 48, Chelan also at 48. Even Leavenworth and Lake Wenatchee, a couple of our cooler spots, will both get into the mid-40s for high temperatures temperatures tomorrow. Taking a look at tonight, mostly cloudy skies. Here is that pesky area of low pressure that's been around, it seems, all week long now. It could create some patchy fog for us tonight, but boy, are we going to be mild with lows in the upper 30s. Most of the shower activity will push off to the east, and that'll be the situation for Friday too. Partly cloudy skies. We will warm up. Highs in the upper 40s for Friday. It should be a beautiful one all over Washington State to end our work week. And then kicking off our weekend, here's our low pressure. It is dying out somewhat now. It still will bring a few clouds our way as another area of low pressure passes. So just some clouds on Saturday. Still going to be awfully nice out there with highs in the mid 40s for Sunday. Cloudy skies. We'll see a 20% chance of, I think, mainly scattered showers on Sunday. Most of those will be to the north and northeast Washington. We will see a little bit cooler temperatures too, but not much, with highs in those low 40s. Kicking off our next work week, mostly cloudy skies. Notice our airflow once again coming down from the northwest. That'll cool us off a little bit more. We're talking highs on Monday right around 40 degrees. For Tuesday, look at this. Mostly sunny skies expected. Our temperatures still on the mild side with highs right around the lower 40s for most of us on Tuesday. As you can see, a little bit of that cooler air seeping down along the Cascades. And then for Wednesday, ahead of another storm system, we will see partly cloudy skies Wednesday. Boy, and that goes for Washington and Oregon for our midweek Wednesday. And once again, still mild with high temperatures in the low 40s. All right, your 7-day forecast now. 38 overnight tonight, 48 Friday, 45 on Saturday. It looks like a couple of dry days, just some scattered showers possible by the end of our weekend on Sunday, and 42. And then back to the dry weather Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. In fact, some sunshine Tuesday and Wednesday with high temperatures in the low 40s. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up, I'll have a look at tonight's sports report right after this.
Caught in a conflict? Family? Workplace? Neighbor? Business? Housing disputes? Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center provides mediation services, a cost-effective and efficient way to provide a written resolution to disputes and issues. Plus, we offer mediation training and community education on conflict resolution and communication skills. Contact us to learn more.
NCWLIFE channel is your local TV station. We believe in being the spotlight and mirror to the communities we serve in North Central Washington. Programming on NCWLIFE would not be possible without our sponsors. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air.
I'm Grant Olson in for Eric Granstrom with a look at sports. The Seahawks have gone from one of the oldest coaches in the NFL to the youngest. ESPN's Adam Schefter reported yesterday morning that the Seahawks and Mike McDonald had agreed to terms to make the 36-year-old Seattle's new head coach. NFL Network's Tom Plasario reported the contract will cover 6 years. Seattle moved off of 72-year-old Pete Carroll following his 14th season at the helm of the franchise, who won a Super Bowl and fell to the Patriots in another during his time. McDonald had spent the past 2 seasons as Baltimore's defensive coordinator, leading the Ravens to an NFL first, with his defense leading the league in fewest points allowed, most sacks, and most takeaways. The Seahawks are expected to hold a press conference today officially introducing Mike McDonald as its new coach. Well, the buzz level around the Mariners this season certainly has picked up with this week's trade. Seattle traded away 4 players to acquire Jorge Polanco this week from the Minnesota Twins. John Morrissey and Ron Darling with Major League Baseball Network's Hot Stove talked about what this means for the Mariners.
Shocker, Jerry Dipoto engaged in another roster swap. He has acquired Jorge Polanco in exchange for 4 players. Anthony DeSclafani is the guy with the most kind of canvas on his major league career. But the key to this trade, Ron, as you know, is Gabriel Gonzalez, the 20-year-old Venezuelan-born outfielder. Power bat, projects with a very high ceiling. The Twins are loading up on bodies here.
Yeah, and a guy that they will definitely be able to use in the future. Another name that not a lot of people know about, but first about Polanco, is Justin Topa is going to help that bullpen for Minnesota. Now, you forget sometimes how good Polanco is. The last couple of seasons, he's only played in 180 games because of injuries, especially last year only playing in 80. But the last season that he was healthy, he went for 33-98, an all-star. So I think the 3 additions that they added, Jerry added, this winter is going to be great for that lineup. Luke Raley, which is underground, getting him. Mitch Garver, of course, who had a good year with the Texas Rangers, a world champion, and now in the middle of that lineup, of course, Polanco will play second base.
This is looking better and better with each deal that we learn of. And Ron mentioned Luke Raley's acquisition. Garver, we're kind of projecting him as a middle-of-the-order bat. And Polanco will slide right into the 3 spot. This is, of course, subject to change, but we do know this. I'm almost blown away by the number I just heard Keith Costas put in my ear. So I want Keith to say this himself for America. We always kind of poke fun at all the deals here. This is the current 40-man breakdown for the Seattle Mariners.
We got that full screen built?
We got it built, Harold, right here. 20 of the 40 acquired via trade. And if you go back for the last 5 years, Keith, give us the number. How many players have the Mariners churned in and out in a 5-year period?
Well, this could be a rare instance, Matty, where I have to come back and correct myself later in the show because I want to double and triple check it myself. But if I have these numbers right, we're up to over 300 players. That's everybody, minor leaguers, both directions, 3-team trades. 300-plus players that have been involved in Dipoto trades in the last 5 off seasons alone.
And that's why at fakemlbshop.com, #HotStove, you can purchase for yourself a Duplinko board. This is how they figure out what they're going to do there. Drop a head down the board, see where he lands, send him there for prospects. Don't get too comfy on the saddle. You may be on your way out of Seattle. Anthony DeSclafani, we barely knew you. You're going to the Twin Cities in a big trade that we learned of last night.
Pitchers and catchers report to Peoria to begin spring training in just 19 days. Seattle's first Cactus League game is just 23 days from now. Well, here's a look at what's coming up in college basketball tonight. The Eastern Washington men are on the road at Montana State in Big Sky basketball. Tip time is 6 o'clock on ESPN+. Meanwhile, the Eastern women host Montana State at 6, also broadcast on ESPN+. The 19th ranked Gonzaga women have a West Coast Conference matchup with San Diego on the road at 6. That game will also be broadcast on ESPN+. Yesterday was day 1 of the Prep Girls State Bowling Tournament at Bolero in Tukwila. Congratulations to Eastmont's Jillian Castle, who was a medalist with a 4th place finish. Jillian averaged a 182 over 6 games to take 4th, just 63 pins behind state champion Ada Queren of West Valley. Castle helped Eastmont to 4th as a team after the first day of bowling. Wenatchee was 3rd behind Kamiakin and Emerald Ridge. Teams will bowl 14 Bakers today to determine a team champion. Well, in Prep Girls basketball last night, the Les Schwab scoreboard had Davis topping Eastmont 83-36, while Okanagan down Cle-Elum 44-39. In the lone boys game last night, Davis continued its Big 9 dominance with an 83-48 win over Eastmont. Here's a look at the girls' hoop schedule for tonight. Chelan hosts Kashmir at 5:45, while Cascade takes on Quincy. Wilson Creek plays at Pateros at 6, while Cascade Christian hosts Moses Lake Christian. The boys' schedule looks exactly the same, only with different start times. Cashmere's at Chelan at 7:15, while Quincy visits Cascade. Wilson Creek plays at Pateros at 7:30, while Moses Lake Christian visits Cascade Christian. I'm Grant Olson, in for Eric Grantstrom, and that's a look at NCWLIFE Sports. And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more news from around North Central Washington, you can find us at ncwlife.com, on our social media channels, or on our mobile app for iPhone and Android. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. Email us at news@ncwlife.com or call 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us, and have a great night.